This is for Virgo. You started off with the Page of Cups, and you guys had the Ace of Wands in reverse, which is really not the best. But I do see that maybe there's some passion that has been lost in a relationship, okay? Or someone is not taking action. That's what it is, okay? Because I had to decide what it was, and I heard not taking action. So I do see here with the Page of Cups, there obviously was some type of communication with someone. I feel like this has already happened. I feel like this is in the past where you were talking to someone that you really liked, someone that was very exciting in some kind of way. But I don't like the Page, because the Page really has to develop into the King. And so looking at the Ace of Wands, it like maybe someone moved too quickly, or with the Page of Cups, it's like it's going to take a long time for it to develop into what you want it to develop into. But I do see that there is possibly a conversation that you're going to be having in the future. The only thing is that with the Ace of Wands, I'm seeing that you're not as enthusiastic about moving forward in love. That's the problem with you, okay? Because of what you've experienced in the past, you're not as enthusiastic about it. I want to make sure that these cards are straight. Now, you did have the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. I am reading for the singles right now. Looking at the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck, I don't know, I just kind of feel like at this moment, I'm not really seeing anything dealing with those who are in committed relationships just yet. This does feel very much so single reading, how you guys have been feeling, that type of stuff. So what we're going to do is clarify the Page of Cups. We're going to see what this is all about here for you, Virgo. Let's get it. This is the Page of Cups for Virgo. Let's see. And we're going to do possibly all upright. Oops. Virgo. All right. So you have the Eight of Wands. Sorry. And you have the full moon. I don't really take the full moon, so I am going to take the Ace of Swords, which makes so much sense because this is heavy on communication, okay? I don't know why I feel like it did happen. It stopped, and then it's going to happen again. Like I said, I feel like it's more so your enthusiasm about relationships, about being in relationships, and you're not as excited as you used to be because something is not moving the way you want. Even if you're talking to somebody right now, I feel like maybe the communication is very little, because the Page of Cups only offers communication, but it doesn't necessarily give you as much clarity as you want. And that's what you're looking at with the Ace of Swords. So it could be texting every now and then. There may not be any deep conversations that you're having with someone, whereas before you were really excited about it, but now you're not so much. So I do feel like something has happened. Looking at the Eight of Wands, oh, that was in reverse. I mean, that was upright. Okay, I thought I had it right. So looking at the Eight of Wands, like I said before, this was in the reverse though when it came out. So this is making me feel like the communication is slowing down, or something about the communication is slowing down. Like it's like a little bit. It's like you guys were talking and then now it kind of like is halted. Not that it completely stopped, but I just don't see it, the back and forth the way it used to be, okay, with this Eight of Wands in reverse. What's going on with this Ace of Wands in a reverse, y'all? I'm laughing because this is you. I asked for you specifically. And I'm like, that's not usually Virgo's energy. Virgo's energy is never really like not enthused. Like usually you guys are very excited about something. But why all of a sudden did it change? What happened? Why are you guys not excited? Now, if this has something to do with let's say if you guys are in a coupled relationship, if you guys are with somebody, I don't know. I kind of feel like this is more so I'm with you, but there's like a codependency energy. It's like the love, the passion may be out of the connection, but the only reason why you're together is because of codependency. And that's for different things. Codependency comes from money, family, children. It can come from all types of stuff. But the Ace of Wands in the reverse is not good because it's kind of like there's no more passion here. I mean, it could be a little bit, but it's not like you're excited to get home to kiss your husband, okay? It's something like that. So I do see that there's an issue. And like I said, when it comes down to the single Virgos, it's like you're not as enthusiastic about it because this mofo is not talking to you or not calling or something like that, okay? Or maybe they stopped calling, okay? But I do see communication coming. But let's see what's happening with this Ace of Wands in reverse. Let's see why this is happening. Highly unusual Virgo energy. Let's see. Ace of Wands in reverse. It landed that way. I'm going to take it. The Star card in reverse is saying bored. Didn't I just say that when I said if it was like a connection that you're lacking passion for that person? Or maybe you're bored with who you're talking to. Like I said, it's not a good energy. The Ace of Wands is like, oh my God, I can't wait till I talk to them on the phone. They get me so hot, but it's the opposite. Okay, and it could come from the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups was like, it was cute at first, but now this is becoming like, it's not really inspiring me. It's not really getting me going. Okay, that's what I'm saying. So here with the Two of Wands, some of you guys are thinking that maybe you should move on. Maybe there's some other options, especially if you are dating. There's other options that you may want to invest in. So I do feel like there were some people that you guys did talk to, but something is starting to fizzle out. There's something that's fizzling out. And like I said before, if this has something to do with a relationship, again, there's something about it where you guys may be kind of losing faith if it will work, or there's a lack of passion in the connection. Let's go ahead. Let's keep going. This is going to be for Virgo. Hold on. I'm going to let you guys see when I turn it over. Oh my gosh, what the hell is going on? The Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. You're not feeling stable right now. You're not. You're not feeling like things are getting better. I don't do reversals, so you guys already know what I'm doing, right? But when it's in reverse, it's about your current energy. Your uprights are always your future, okay? But I'm looking at your current energy, and right now, you guys do not feel like you want to date. Maybe you just are not in a mood to date. The cards are crooked. Sorry, I just looked at the camera. Ew, hold on. You guys already know how I feel about that. My Virgo tendency, the obsession with making sure everything is perfect. Okay, hold on. I want to make sure my video is slow. There's just a lot. There's just a lot that's happening, and I was not really prepared to see this. I mean, you got two cards that are really supposed to be good in the reverse. There's something lacking in your love life. And again, it doesn't matter if you are dating or if you are with someone. There is no togetherness that's happening here. The Queen of Pentacles is a very healing energy. So her being up in reverse is like someone that you are talking to is not healing to you. And I'm also seeing this energy where there's someone that's very irritable. Now, Virgo, the Queen of Pentacles is an earth sign. So are you being irritable? Is someone irritating you? Because it's like you're moody. You go to work, you're quiet, and your coworkers are like, hey, girl, what's wrong with you? You like, can you just leave me alone? You won't tell them that, but you just kind of like, I just want to be left alone right now. Okay? And they're in the cafeteria talking about what's wrong with Virgo. Okay? They're gossiping. She must have broke up with her boyfriend. He must have broke up with his girlfriend or whatever, right? Like, they're not together anymore. All the gossips, okay? And it's showing all over your face that, like, shit is hitting the fucking fan. The Queen of Pentacles is that energy because you're supposed to be poised and graceful. And the Queen of Pentacles in reverse is like, baby, my whole world feel like it's being torn apart right now. You're going to have to kind of leave me alone. Okay, you're going to have to kind of leave me alone. You got to give me some space. Otherwise, okay, I'm going to say something that I want to say. I'm just telling you, you're going to have to leave me alone right now. But we'll see. Let's see. What's up with the Queen of Pentacles? However it fall. Yep. That's how it fell. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Why does it keep saying bored? For the single people, again, you have been waiting for someone to come in for so long. You're just in this weird, like, what is it called? I forgot that. I love this word, but I never can remember it. But it's like, there's nothing that can really take you out of this energy unless it is like a huge shift. You have gotten so accustomed to nothing really exciting you. Ace of Wands, nothing is exciting you. You've gotten so used to that. Where you're just like, yeah, I mean, it is what it is, whatever. It's whatever, you know. And this has really been testing you. Because you guys, like I said before, for some of you, I know for a fact that you've gotten into connections. This is what we read in the beginning. This is who I've been talking to for the past 2 weeks. Where are they? What happened? I was talking to them and then something happened. They're not around, or, you know, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'll tell them what's happening. I'll tell them when they ask. But the thing is, it's like, this is what's occurred. So a lot of y'all, like, I'm just getting tired of just like, I get really excited about somebody and then all of a sudden they disappear on me. You see what I'm saying? So there's really nothing to get excited about. So when it says weary, when it says that you are trying to hold the line, a lot of you guys really are starting to give up. You're like, okay, I'm going to let this line go. I don't really think there's going to be anyone that's going to come in here and be my person. That's basically what it's saying. Let's keep going. Oh, my goodness. Missed opportunities. I mean, were they good opportunities? I'm not saying, I mean, for some of you, it could have been. It just depends. But I feel like more than anything is saying, how many opportunities have you had in order to make something work and it didn't? That's the sucky part about it. Because your emotions were involved. This is why the Four of Cups is here to begin with. I actually feel like some of you guys, you're separated from someone that you still have somewhat of feelings for, or you're kind of missing this person just a little bit. Let's see. Let's get the Queen of Cups in reverse upgrade, please. Let's see. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is you, but this is also saying what has occurred. And most of you guys are tarot enthusiasts, so you already know what that card means, right? You guys already know what that card means. Who can tell me before I say anything? What does the Queen of Wands mean in this reading? Can someone tell me? I'll pull a card for you at the end. How much you want to bet that you're going to get it wrong? One thing that I can say, because I know I'm on a delay. One thing that I can say is that something is starting to happen. You're starting to become something. Okay? Remember, the Four of Cups is kind of how you feel. So like we talked about, that there's this crappy energy, right? Like you guys are kind of feeling crappy. You don't really feel like yourself. Remember, you were feeling sexy at one point. You were feeling confident, but it's saying you don't feel like that at the moment. Somebody robbed you of it. You see, the Ace of Wands is in reverse. The Queen of Wands is in the upright. It's telling you why you're not feeling motivated. Because at this point, unfortunately, you feel like the person who was very charming is out of your life. You don't really feel like you have the charm. It's everything about the Queen of Wands is pretty much missing. Okay? That's what I'm saying. Somebody said being a boss. This is more so about Your motivation to look good, to put the effort in going out looking a certain way, feeling a certain way. Like I said, when you're excited about things, it's like basically what you're doing is like, I'm going to make sure my hair is done. I'm going to make sure my nails is done. I'm going to make sure I shave. I'm going to go to all my appointments. I'm going to make sure I go to the gym. All of those things that you are doing in order to, and because you're feeling motivated, you're excited. But remember, we're talking about the opposite here. Exactly. The lack of swag and confidence, though. So, I mean, I'm not going to say that you guys are depressed, but I can definitely tell you that you guys are not feeling like yourself. That is what the Queen of Wands is saying today. I don't feel like myself, and I don't care if I go out in sweats. I don't care if my hair is in a ponytail or if I haven't even gotten my hair cut. I don't care. Right? I don't care. You want to know why? Because when I did all of that, it didn't really change anything to begin with, right? So the Queen of Wands is saying, baby, you got to get back into that. you have to be able to get back into that. You got to get back into that energy. Okay? Because a lot of y'all are not in that energy. You're not feeling like you don't like, do you have a plan to get back into that energy? And I just don't see that is happening right now. Okay? Now we're going to go ahead. Let's keep going. Right, exactly. Virgos, you're going to have to get it together because right now everything about this looks like very depressing. Very depressing as hell. Okay? You don't feel like being outgoing with everybody. Like I said, you go to work. You're the ones that's usually talking and smiling. They can tell, baby, because you cannot hide it. You just don't feel like pretending. You're not at that place. Somebody said desperate is, no, not desperate. Depressed as fuck. Okay. Exactly. Who said that? Charlie, exactly. 3, 4 swords. You're like, listen, I need somebody to come over here and give me a hug. I need somebody to give me a hug. Okay. This is what basically this is saying. This is like, I need a hug energy. Okay, because you guys already know Saturn went retrograde back into Pisces. This is the opposite of Virgo. So when you start having these issues, you're like, oh my God, it was working. Yes, everything was fine. What happened? Not Mercury, Saturn. I'm like, Saturn's happened. I told you. Haven't I told you guys this on YouTube? Haven't I told you this behind the scenes? Yeah. So why are you surprised? In order for it to work, the person has to be on your level. That's the only way it's going to work. You and this person seeing eye to eye, and if you don't, it's going to whoop your ass. I don't care where you are in your relationship. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you're single, dating, been together for the past 30 years. It doesn't matter. If this is not right, it is going to fuck some shit up. This is why some people, when they get married and then about time they hit 30, 31 and divorce, because Saturn is like, y'all arguing? Y'all still arguing? Okay, I'm going to go. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. You got to go. You got to go. How many Virgos have I talked to? They're on like second marriage, third marriage. Okay? Those planets don't play. The 3 of Pentacles says it has to be someone who is cooperative, period. And this is saying during this time, you're going to have to work on yourself. And I know you don't want to hear that. I know you don't want to hear that you're going to have to work on yourself. I know you're like, but I need somebody to come here to that. The universe is saying, I still promised you what I promised you. And you're still on that path, but you got to deal with this planet. And the people who are coming into your life have to match my energy. If not, they're going to get thrown out. Okay? Now let's see why the 3 of Pentacles is here. You see how these people are, you see how they're getting along? I want you guys to pay attention to what Saturn is trying to bring you. Like, pay close attention to this reading. To this card. You got, this is just a regular family setting, This is not saying that this can't be in any other way, right? Because we know that it happens, you know. I'm saying that this is what it looks like. Hey, honey, can you pass this? Sure. Kid are like, oh, okay, I'll help you. I'll help you. You know how kids are. Kids are always forever trying to help. Okay. But it is like you are enjoying each other. This is what Saturn is trying to bring. But most of y'all were the third party. Now, see, now we got to flip the script, because the Three of Pentacles is saying some of you were the third party, or there was someone who was interfering. And guess what happened? This happened. You got your feelings hurt, or life is not, it's not going to happen the way that you want it to happen. That's just basically what it's saying. Let's go ahead. Let's get the Three of Pentacles. Come on now. Come on. Listen, baby, one thing about it's going to tell you what it needs to tell you. Okay? It doesn't matter if this is upright or reverse. It doesn't matter. It's saying even if this was in reverse, is your connection inspirational? We saw that earlier, right? Is it inspirational? Is this person still your muse? Do you feel that way about your person? Or are you just sticking with it just because, right? Now, you had another card here. Exactly, Ace of Wands. Isn't that amazing? The opposite to what you're feeling now, the universe is saying, all right, so not only am I going to make sure that there's going to be someone that's going to be cooperative. Three of Pentacles is cooperative energy, right? So it's like, not only is it going to be someone who's cooperative, baby, you're going to feel that. You're going to feel that in your bones. Because one thing about the fire energy, it is the way you feel about them when you first met them. You still feel that way about them 10 years later. That's how you feel. You're like, I just don't, oh my God, I just don't even know. Have you seen those stories? And I'll be like, oh my God, like that's how I always want to feel about my person. I'm so afraid of not feeling that for somebody that I fall in love with. And then all of a sudden it fizzles out. Oh my God, the thought of that is just sickening to me, right? This is what it's saying. That means something is different about this. You and this person part of the Three of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles is saying there could be something different. You're going to make it work how you make it work. The type of relationship that you want could be different from everybody else, but it works for you. It works for them. And it still gives you that Ace of Wands energy. Because this is how you're still looking after like 10 years. You can't say that it's not real, because I went to those threads. I actually wanted to see if that was a real thing. And baby, they're like, yes, that's a real thing. I would never forget where I went into a grocery store. You know, you guys, I always have to give you stories. I would never forget, I was in a grocery store. I was eavesdropping. Not that I was trying to, but the mofo was loud, okay? It was in Whole Foods. And the girl was ringing me up, but I'm hearing the guy behind me. He was 2 rows behind. And I'm hearing him tell a story about how he was in love with this woman and he wasn't with her, but he was like, that's the love of my life. It's just like, for some odd reason, I can never get over her. And somebody was like, I guess they asked him how many years. And he was just like, I've been knowing her for 20 years. I have never stopped loving her. And I'm hearing this dude say this. I'm like, oh my God, I had never heard of that. I was about like 27. I would never forget that. And you want to know the reason why I remembered it? Because I was going through a divorce. I heard him say it. I was like, is that even possible? So there's people who experience this continuously. That shit does not fizzle out. So that's what I'm saying. So I feel like this is the reason why the universe is wanting you to hold on. Remember when we saw the last reading when it says it's worth the wait? You cannot tell me the universe is going to let you down by saying something like that. It's going to be this. But a lot of you it's timing. It is a timing factor. So let's talk about because that's for the singles. But we got to be real with those who are coupled. looking at this, there's totally other people involved. Virgo, some of y'all, it's you. It's you, Virgo, with having multiple partners, or it's you, Virgo, being the third wheel in some kind of way. I don't know. Maybe you're dealing with someone who's in an open relationship. I don't know. But that is basically what this is saying. How are you going to fare under the weather of Saturn based on this reading? This. It's going to be a continuous energy of heartbreak and hurt. Let's go ahead. Let's keep going. This is for Virgo. Virgo has been married to a Pisces for 25 years, and it might be the end. Oh no. This ain't no way in the world. There's literally no way in the world. This is back to back to back to back. Hangman again in the reverse. You got you here at the bottom of the deck. In the upright, by the way. It's always when you've given up, when things start to really happen for you. It's always when you give up, because the the two cards that are here, the two cards out of the three that we pulled, talked about specifically your mood. This is why I like to do it this way, because it's going to always build up to the end. It's when you feel like giving up, when you're not excited about it anymore, when something happens. You're just like, I'm just living my life. Just living my life. Whatever happens, happens. I mean, it's just what it is. And God's hand, right, just comes in and just push you along and push the person into your life. And you're like, what? That's the Hangman. Let's read it. Let's clarify Hangman, please, in reverse. Always when you least expect it. Okay. Nasty energy. I said in the upright. That is correct, but it's going to tell me what the hell I need to see. Now listen. The whole part about learning how to forgive, and this is going for the couples, and I'll get to the singles in a minute. The whole idea about being able to forgive is if someone is doing it from the heart. I'm only going to forgive you if you truly feel that something is going to change. Because the Justice card came in the upright, the King of Swords came in the upright, but that Queen of Pentacles came in reverse again. Baby, this is brutal. Okay? But it's hitting the Hangman. That means something needs to change. Something will be happening very soon according to these cards. King of Swords is cold as hell. Cold as ice. Detachment. The way someone talks to the other person. I don't like the way you talk to me. Someone is crying. Oh my God, here we go again. It's that type of thing. Someone is being manipulative. There's a conversation about someone being manipulative. There is jealousy. There's someone being extremely shallow. And they feel like, because remember, part of this King of Swords is like, it is mind over heart. I feel that it should be this way. See, this is what happens when too much air is involved. One thing about it is that the air freezes water. If you have someone in a relationship that's all air, intellect, it's always rational. We have to do things this way because it's precise, and there's a perfectionism behind it. If there's too much of that in your relationship, it's going to freeze your emotions. And somebody here is doing that. It's almost like someone intentionally is refusing to feel something because I'm not about to be the fool here. Because see, that's what really happens. The King of Swords only happens when someone is afraid. Because it's telling you, if I'm too much water, then I'm going to have to suffer the consequences if I don't keep control over it, cause and effect. But the universe is saying, nope, that's not how it's going to work. The Justice card is saying karma is going to be in play with this. Because you're not going to be able to get fairness and balance out of a King of Swords. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Someone is believing something that isn't real. And like I said, it's going to be either you or the person that you're dealing with who's going to end up letting go. Because we're talking about the hangman in reverse. That's just like you're holding on to the monkey bars. You know how you used to do that? You used to hold on to the monkey bars, your legs would swing, and it was fun for a while, but what happened? Your arms start to hurt, and you're like, fuck that, letting go. That's what's going to end up happening. Because what was okay and fun at one point started to feel very militant. See, when your commander and sergeant-in-chief tell you to still hold on, you're like, okay, my arms are starting to hurt. They're like, don't let go. You're like, well, wait a minute. My arms are starting to hurt. They're like, no, you're going to have to hold on to this. Now, this doesn't feel like fun. Now, this is torment. Okay? That is what happens. And so someone is going to let go. They cannot. Someone is too damn selfish in his reading. And they're only focused on themselves. And that Justice card is in the upright. May God have mercy on them. Okay? Now, you guys did have the Hermit at the bottom of the deck. Some of you guys could, because there's a lot of earth sign here. You could be dealing with a Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, Pisces, Aquarius, Libra. Uh-oh. Well, I mean, technically, I want to read both. I'm going to read it both ways. I want to see what the cards say. I got it. It don't even matter if it's upright or reverse. I got it. This is actually pretty sad. We saw this card before, didn't we? Didn't we see the Two of Wands before? And doesn't this look like just like, and to me, it doesn't really matter if you're single or if you're married, but we saw this before, right? That's a longing energy. That's what it looks like to me. It looks like a longing energy. If you are in a connection, you're longing for something different. Hence, Seven of Cups. That's pretty jacked up. Right? If you are in a connection, you are longing for something different. Hence the reason why the Seven of Cups is there. And you're not detached from anybody. You're just longing for something else, something different. And usually this happens when there is not necessarily no peace in the household, when there's no peace in your heart, and when you really are not happy, and Seven of Cups becomes the distraction if you are married or in a long term. The Seven of Cups only becomes the distraction to your pain. That's it. If you are single, it's saying you have people that you're going to choose, and there's going to be one person at least that will go the distance. Let's read it. Let's get these Seven of Cups here for Virgo. It's going to fall the way it's going to fall. I got you, though. Wow. I mean, crazy as hell. This is crazy. You guys had the Eight of Swords in reverse, by the way, too. You guys, let me read that again. Eight of Swords in reverse. That's the exact same thing as the Hangman in reverse. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Do you guys see what I'm seeing? Do you see here with the Seven of Cups? It's like someone was playing mind games and you're like, nope, no ma'am, no sir. And that's what we talked about earlier about the manipulation. Remember, the King of Swords says, I am smarter than you. I am more intellectual. You cannot outthink me. And so Spirit was like, oh yeah, see, they're playing mind games. That means that they think that they can think for you, think that they can think always out of problems. And you're confused as hell. You're like, well, wait a minute, but I thought that you said I don't argue with nobody. You could be somebody I'm laying up with, and I'm not gonna argue with you. You can argue with yourself. See, that's real. That's how you control shit. When you can come to me when you're serious, especially me, because I know what they're doing. That's a little bit. A lot of you guys are extremely intuitive. I've told you guys this before. Do not engage. And this is how you're going to be getting out of connections that are no good for you. And I'm not talking about people that you're in a long-term committed relationship with. I'm talking about people who you know for a fact, okay, that are playing games. And the Seven of Cups said, there's more fish in the sea. Let them go. Peace out. Peace out. Peace out. I got the neon lights outside. I got it sitting outside my house. Peace out. Hopefully, if you ever come by, you can drop something. You can the party package or whatever. But I'm up out of here. Cause see, there's not gonna be any game playing with me because there's other fish in the sea. And see, the Seven of Cups is not saying that you are being delusional. The Seven of Cups says that that's the truth. That's the reason why it came out. This is the reason why it came out to begin with. The reason why it came out, because the universe is saying, I'm giving you options. Who cares about what they're talking about? I'm giving you options. So yeah, okay, whatever. Okay, so here it's also saying that you're dealing with people who are not speaking the truth. They're causing confusion. And what happens here with the Five of Pentacles? It's like, I'm going to go ahead and reject that. And it literally says a turning point, and there's about to be a positive change for you. If you know that your relationship is lacking something, I mean, like, life is too damn short. Like, what are you doing? And I'm mostly talking to those who are single. I don't really speak on people who are in marriages. You guys already know that. You do what the hell you want to do, okay? But I'm saying with this, you can rebuild your life based on your experiences that you've had with people already. But I love this. This is the last part. Love it, love it, love it, love it. You guys had the Eight of Swords in the reverse. Believe it or not, this is literally like the Hangman. If some of you have been in oppressive situations, oppressive commitments, that is going to be done away with. I don't know how. And I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight. I'm saying that according to this, you're going to be released from the things that are limiting you. And we're talking about love, so that means a person. That means your emotions. That means what you believe about relationships. There's going to be something different here. I love it when it says out of the woods. I mean, baby, you've been through some shit. That means that this is like that Ten of Wands energy. When it says, and when you're in the woods, what are you dealing with? Wild animals. So you don't have to deal with that anymore. That is the things that you're going to be releasing, and you're going to take your power back. Because baby, one thing about it, listen, the Two of Wands is just so brilliant to me. The Two of Wands is like, okay, I'm ready. If I want to travel overseas, I'm traveling overseas. If I want to do this, you can do whatever you want with the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands give you that opportunity. Okay? The only thing that I can say for those who are in committed relationships, the Seven of Cups is not good. I think I've already mentioned that. Five of Pentacles is basically saying, if I can't have it my way, I'm going to get it from somebody else. Because I don't see a divorce in this reading. I see where you could be close, but I don't see a divorce in this reading. But part of that Page of Swords is saying you're not speaking truth to yourself, or someone is not speaking truth to themselves. So the only thing they're doing is like, it's almost like it's like being cut. And instead of actually having it surgically sewn up, you use that glue, what is it called? Band-Aid glue that we used to use. If the cut is too deep, it's not going, it only looks like that you're closing it up, but it will fall apart. Basically, it's like it has to be surgically done. Certain things, I mean, I'm talking about precisely removing things from the relationship. That does not work. This is not a patch-up job. So a lot of people, what they're doing in these relationships is like a patch-up job. Like, oh, okay, I'm going to do this in order to make me happy. I'm going to be a porn addict, or I'm going to be an alcoholic, or I'm just going to have sex with a whole bunch of different people because you're so fucking miserable. And then the next thing you know, 7 years later, you're like, shit, I'm going to get a divorce anyway. I should have left 7 years ago. It's saying you have to speak your truth. This is whether you are single or in a connection. This is what it's saying. This is what I have for you, Virgo. Thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel. And again, if you guys are new, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell. I am going on Cash App Live tonight. I will be doing all signs before I start. So if you guys are interested in that, just make sure you join me over there. All right. I love you, Virgo. I'll talk to you later. Bye.